Hello and welcome to the 8th installment of my Money Making with Skills Guide series. My name is Stasis and today I'll be sharing with you a few of the ways you can use the skill of firemaking to make money. The skill of firemaking is commonly thought of as a money drainer, meaning that it takes tons of money in order to level. While it is true that the most efficient ways to train firemaking do indeed take a large supply of money, it is not necessarily required. Here are 4 of the methods I have personally used to make money with the skill of firemaking. Method 1 involves a minimal amount of effort but can be very rewarding. In order to take advantage of method 1, you simply need to burn logs and pick up the ashes after the logs have burned out. Then you can sell the ashes on the Grand Exchange or to a player for a massive profit. But which type of log should you burn for the most profit, you ask? The best way to find out which logs to burn is to right-click on Relobo Blinyo near the southeastern portion of the Grand Exchange and choose the second option, which should be Info Log. Once you see the pop-up window with the different log prices, you simply need to find the cheapest log, in this case Willow, and buy that type of log. You can also cut your own logs if you wish to do so. Once you have your desired amount of logs, start lighting them. Then, when the logs burn out, pick up the ashes they leave behind and either sell them or bank them so that you can sell them later. It is a good idea to note that you can place your tinderbox in your tool belt so that you have an extra space in your inventory for another log or piece of ash. That being said, let's move on to method 2. Method 2 is probably the most complex of the 4 methods. In order to take advantage of method 2, you must meet the following requirements. You must have the Priest in Peril quest complete, the Nature Spirit quest complete, and the Shades of Morton quest complete. Having high firemaking and defense levels are recommended. You will also need to bring the following item: a hatchet for which you have the woodcutting level to use, logs, I recommend bringing the best log you can burn with your firemaking level, cash to pay for olive oil, food if your defense level is low or you prefer to bring it anyway, a weapon for which you have the attack and strength levels to use, and a hammer and tinderbox. Please note that you can place the tinderbox, hammer, and hatchet if you are using a bronze hatchet in your tool belt in order to make more space. You can also place your cash in your coin pouch in order to save even more space. It is also a good idea to note that World 88 is the official Shades of Morton minigame world, and it is probably a good idea to use it when using this method. Before traveling to the Shades of Morton minigame, it is a good idea to purchase one Rill, Ashen, or Fire remains if you are going to use that type of remains. You can also purchase the type of fire log you need from the Grand Exchange or from another player if you wish to skip the Shades of Morton minigame completely. You should always use the highest level remains that your firemaking will allow. The levels needed for each type of remains are as follows. Lower remains require level 5 or higher firemaking and can be burnt on any type of fire log. Friend remains also require level 5 or higher firemaking and can also be burnt on any type of fire log. Real remains require level 35 or higher firemaking and must be burnt on willow, teak, Arctic pine, maple, mahogany, eucalyptus, yew, or magic pyre logs. Ascend remains require level 63 or higher firemaking and must be burnt on eucalyptus, yew, or magic pyre logs. And fire remains require level 80 or higher firemaking and must be burnt on magic pyre logs only. The easiest way to get to the Shores of Morton minigame is to use Draken's Medallion and teleport to Bird-a-Row. Then jump the gate and run north until you find a general store. If you do not have Draken's Medallion, then use the temple trekking activity in order to get here. The first thing you need to do when you arrive in Bird-a-Row is to go to the general store, which is located in the northern part of town, and purchase a hammer if you do not already own one. You will also need to purchase several olive oils from the general store portion of the store. Next, go to the builder's store portion of the store and purchase some limestone bricks, timber beam, and swamp paste. Then run across the bridge directly northeast of the general store. Here you will find a temple. If you are not on World 88 yet, I highly advise doing so now. If you are using World 88, the temple will most likely already be repaired and the fire lit. However, you will still need to get your sanctity up before you are able to use the olive oil on the fire. To do this, you can do one of 3 things. You can repair the temple, reinforce the temple, or kill the shades near the temple. If you are going to kill the shades near the temple, you do not need to purchase the hammer, limestone bricks, timber beams, or the swamp paste. Once you have 10 or more sanctity, you can use the olive oil on the fire to create sacred oil. Then use the sacred oil on the type of logs you wish to turn into pyre logs. Some logs will take more doses of sacred oil than others. Normal and oak logs each take 2 doses. Willow, teak, maple, and mahogany logs each take 3 doses. Eucalyptus, yew, and magic logs each take 4 doses. Once you have some pyre logs of the type you need, go to the western part of Bird-a-Row. There, you will find some funeral pyres. Use the pyre logs on the funeral pyre, then place the remains on top of the logs. Finally, you light the funeral pyre. After the remains are finished burning, you will receive either a key or some coins on a pedestal near the funeral pyre you used. If you receive coins, you will need to go get more pyre logs and remains and try again until you receive a key. Please note that it is possible to have more than one key at a time. Once you receive a key, go to the wooden doors just west of the temple's island. Go through the doors. If you have a bronze key, go either east or west until you find a door. Go through that door and find a chest that corresponds to the color of your key. Then, open that chest to receive your reward. If you have a steel key, continue south and go through the door. Now go either east or west and go into one of the rooms holding the steel chests. Find the chest that corresponds to the color of your key and open the chest for your reward. If you have a black key, continue south until you are forced to choose a path. Then turn east and go through the door. Once you are through the door, run southwest until you find other doors. Find the chest corresponding to your key, and claim your reward. If you have a silver or a gold key, turn west instead of east at the fork. Go through that door, then open that chest to receive your reward. You can also stay and kill shades and collect their remains for either future use or to sell. Now, on to method number 3. Method 3 takes the highest firemaking level of them all, at 92. For this method, you will need an Infernal Adze, which is obtained by speaking to King Roald in Brock Palace after lighting all 14 beacons simultaneously. The Infernal Adze will burn approximately 1/3 of your logs while you woodcut. This can be used to gain firemaking experience at the same time as woodcutting experience. Then you can sell the logs you receive for a profit. Method 4 is easiest of all to do. You simply stand somewhere where people frequently need fires but often don't have logs to make them and offer to make a fire for a small fee. The best place to do this is probably at the fishing spot on Karamja. You can ask for coins or even raw fish as payment here. Well, I hope you have all enjoyed the 8th installment of my Money Making with Skills Guide series. If you have missed any of the other parts of this series, you can go to my channel to find them. I will also be posting an annotation at the end of this video to the previous installment of this series which featured the skill of magic. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Also, feel free to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and found some useful information in it. You can also thumbs down this video if you did not enjoy this video and found no useful information within it. If you leave a thumbs down, please post a comment with some constructive criticism telling me what I can do better next time.